Hello, and welcome back to Houselights, your one-stop shop for everything you need to hear about in this week in the world of entertainment. My name is Liz Nass. I'm your host, as always. And I'm here with...
Vivian
Barrett. This is your first time on Houselights.
I'm so excited.
I can't believe it, because we always yap it up so much in the newsroom.
Yeah, big
People get annoyed.
They do.
People get annoyed at us.
We've been told to quiet down.
Because
on a number of occasions.
Because we just love to yap it up.
Yep.
And so today, I can't believe we've never talked, I've never talked about this before on the show. I think I might have in passing of the Bachelor obsession. But I had to get the other, I wouldn't say the biggest Bachelor fan, but maybe the newest.
I agree.
Newest.
I think I'm currently being indoctrinated.
Absolutely. Well,
into the Bachelor fandom.
I think everyone is, and it's specifically this season. And let's talk about it. So, origin of how you got into The Bachelor. Go ahead.
So I will say I watched one season when I was a lot younger.
Okay.
It was a season of The Bachelorette, and I can't remember who the Bachelorette was, but it had one of the finalists. His name was Nick. He was, like, kind of a douchebag. Am I allowed to say that on this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. He was kind of a jerk, but I think he, like, ended up... Nick Val.
Yes! And he has that podcast now with his wife.
Like, now he's, like, a good guy.
And had, like, Gypsy Rose and her husband.
Yes. So that was my introduction to The Bachelor.
That was the most recent podcast I've seen of that.
That was my introduction to The Bachelor. So I watched that when I was, like, in, like, middle school or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Never stuck. Then I watched Katie's season of The Bachelorette.
Okay.
So whatever, 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Loved. Was super hooked. I think what really, and I will say this to anyone who wants to watch Bachelor or Bachelorette, you have to watch it with other people.
Yes.
And so I watched the whole season with my high school best friend and her dad and her brother.
That's so
And
funny.
I would go to her house every week, every Monday after work, and we would watch Bachelor, and I was obsessed. Deeply obsessed.
Sweet. Was the dad and, like, the brother, like, really into it?
They were so into it. I think they were more into it than we were.
I love
watching The Bachelor with men because it's so fun to watch them react to everything.
I've never watched The Bachelor with men, but I have watched Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, they love Too Hot to Handle.
They love Too Hot to Handle.
And that's a whole other topic.
And that's
because they love Too Hot to Handle.
Like, too much.
No, men love these dating shows, but they refuse to admit it, I swear.
No, literally.
But
I remember having a conversation with Alex Walters that, like, right after, like, some really, like, stressful times, he was like, I'm going to try Love Island. And he got so into it, if you remember.
It's so good.
It's so good, that's why.
Good. I'm currently watching a lot of Love Island right now. I'm also being introduced to that fandom. I'm really broadening my horizons.
Is that fandom, like a lot, or is it... I'm confused. It's kind of like Big Brother, right? Because it's like every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the big thing is that one of my roommates is British.
Oh,
so she's a big Love Island girl.
Love Island.
Love Island babes. So she's kind of introduced me to it. But yeah, so I started watching this season of The Bachelor with my roommates, and I've been hooked. I've been itching for every new episode.
I have probably watched almost every single season of The Bachelor that I've had in my lifetime. And because, like, shout out to Christine Nass, my mother. It is such a mom show.
It is
my
mom
mom loves it. And here's the thing, we'd always start the seasons, and then you know how, like, when you start to, like, whittle it down, if you're not completely invested, you start to get bored.
Yes,
because
they're happy.
Like, right. And so it's, because they're, like, happy and, like, driving and, like, having fun.
And you're like, boring.
Oh, I'm bored. You're meeting their family? Ew. And so... we started it, and then we'd always kind of, like, fall off, and we'd be like, all right, who's in the finale?
Yeah.
But, like, recently, I've gotten, like, super into it because I had the amazing opportunity of interviewing Mr. Zach Shallcross last season.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever gotten to the full story of how I got this.
No, can you?
Should I, like, throw it out?
I think so.
Can I throw it out there?
I think so.
So, like, little inside baseball for anybody listening. I was contacted by Warner Bros. TV.
So cool.
They were just like, do you do college entertainment journalism. Do you maybe want to interview The Bachelor? And, like, you post
just, like, real casual.
And just, like, real casual.
Like,
casual. And not, like, because, I get a lot of emails where it's like, oh, you want to do, like, a round table? And they were like, no, you get a one-on-one. With Joey. With
a one-on-one?
I get a one-on-one. I get a one-on-one date. I got my card. Just a little Bachelorette lingo for you. But I got a one-on-one interview with him, and he was so media trained though.
Oh, I bet.
So I had like 10 minutes to the dot with him.
Oh, I'm sure.
And everything about him was very robotic. But, so you didn't watch Zach's season?
No, I did not.
Okay, Zach in general, in real life,
is robotic?
Is also robotic.
Oh, okay.
He is like a robot boy made in a lab of like GQ boys. Like that is Zach.
That is him. Okay.
But then I got to ask him about like his, so you know me, journalist. I like had to pare down the questions and be like talking a little bit about college because I'm like, how can I make it college days? So I was like, tell me about your college days, and he told me all about DJ Verzaki.
That's him.
That's him.
Oh,
that was his college DJ name.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
DJ Verzaki.
What does that even mean?
Like Versace, but it's Zach.
That made it so much worse.
That made it
so much worse.
And he was like, yeah, no, so I spent a lot of days, like,
DJing the frats.
Oh. And, like, I was like, oh, awesome.
Moving on.
And we're moving on. But there was a couple, I got in, some good questions. Mm-hmm. And he told me, good question.
Oh,
just
and that's
like
a win.
And that's a win. And that's a win.
Gold star.
Because the hottest thing you can do is compliment me on
my interviewing skills.
On my skills.
I agree.
On like my job, my career, my skills.
I agree.
That is the hottest thing
that you could ever
do.
Ever.
And so when he said that, I think about it every once in a while. I have a video
on
of
the
it.
I have
on the days. I'm like, I just don't know.
Oh, I'm just like not good at this job.
Like,
managing editor is so hard.
Managing editor is so hard. DJ
but like
Verzaki
good question.
Said good question.
Yeah.
And he said it with that cadence.
Yeah. Anyway,
but he is just a boring guy in general.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
So, like, overall, Zach...
So you did get the scoop.
I did get the scoop. I wrote it up. It's on, like, my... It's not on my Serious Clips document, but it's on my Clips document. Because it's, like...
Because, like, cool.
Because, like, cool.
Yeah.
Now...
What an opportunity.
Comparing him to Joey...
Joey's fun.
Joey's so fun.
I love Joey.
So you didn't watch Charity either. Charity
I did not.
Season of The Bachelor.
No, I did not.
Okay, so Joey,
I know he was runner-up.
He was runner-up.
Yes.
The entire time I was watching Charity's Bachelorette season, which, by the way, Charity girl, needed to make better choices throughout the entire thing. She, like, would make the most insane choices. And Joey would always just be there, like, I support you.
Oh,
and he
that's
would.
Just who he is.
And that's just who he is. But because of that, I was like, he's so boring. Like, he is Bachelor man number one. Like, he is just so, like, again, like a robot boy. Yeah. Which most of them are.
Yeah.
But then, by the way, during Charity's Bachelorette season, I called him Weepy Eyes.
Oh, did he cry a lot?
He always looked like he's about to...
Can we talk about something?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Can we talk about something? Can we talk about the fact that people on the internet have roasted Joey so hard
for his yellow eyes
that he had to come on TikTok and say he had the disease.
And he was like, guys, I was just so excited to share this season with you. And then
he was like, but I need to talk about this because no one will shut up
about
my jaundice eyes.
But he does have
jaundice eyes. Well, he has a disease.
He has a disease. But they're still jaundiced.
They are. And
it's so funny because in the TikTok, he's like, they thought, like, I was gonna die.
Yeah.
He's like, they thought I was gonna die because I just, like, randomly woke up and had, like, jaundice eyes one day. And he's like, they thought that my liver was failing. And he's like, nothing's actually wrong with my liver. The only side effect I have of this disease is, like,
my eyes.
Yellow eyes, like, when I get stressed and tired. And he's like, I can't change.
Yeah, I know.
And he's just like so sad about it. It was a sad TikTok.
It was a really sad TikTok.
And then he made eye contact with us the entire time. Mm-hmm. You know how, like,
he was like, look at my jaundice eyes.
Can I act something out?
Please.
So you know how, like, when you're doing like a video, when you're doing a video and you'll, like, look at yourself.
He was looking in the camera.
He was looking
that's
in
so
the camera.
Scary. That's so scary.
Like, oh no.
I don't like that.
That's way too personal.
Way too personal. And uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because also it's uncomfortable to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's uncomfortable to do.
Yeah, because, like, I'm always going to check myself out.
Agree.
When I'm taking a video, a selfie, whatever.
Because I'm going to look at nothing. I'm going to look at the little dot.
No.
I'm going to make eye contact with me.
I'm looking at me.
Yeah, I'm like, really looking at me.
Joey's just, like, so humble.
He is.
He's like, I couldn't fathom looking at myself. I care about the audience. About my connection with the girls.
So true.
And he does. So, anyways, I felt bad about calling him Weepy-Eyed Joey because jaundice eyes. And also, like, I just thought he was going to cry all the time, and I thought he was boring. But then, and I was mad when he was named the next Bachelor, because I was like, boring. But then he started. I was like, wait. Yeah.
I've fallen in love with him.
I've kind of fallen in love
I will say.
He's just so corny.
Joey, I'm falling in love with you.
Oh my god, that is... Okay, we were actually talking about that, like, me and my roommates, when we were watching, like, one of the episodes recently, where it's, like, their buzzword is falling for you. Yeah. Like, he's like, I just need to hear that from you, that you're falling for me.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what that means.
It's like a Manchurian Candidate, like, sleeper, like, term,
I
don't know. Yeah. It's really weird that
they just have to say it.
That's just what I really need to hear from you. And then Maria couldn't even say it.
Oh, I know.
Okay, by the way, episode spoilers. Like, these are going to be spoilers.
Oh, big time spoiler
But also, I was, off camera, honest, vulnerable, and emotional with Vivian.
Thank you.
I have not watched the Fantasy Suite episode.
So we will not be discussing the most recent episode of The Bachelor on this podcast. But that's okay, because there's more than enough to talk about.
There is more than enough to talk about. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So... Like I said, didn't love him, thought he was Bachelor bland, fell in love with him. He's a nerd. He's a nerd.
He is a nerd.
He's like, I wrote, he's a nerd, but in a lovable way, but also like an actual loser. I just spit everywhere. But anyways, I feel very passionate about it.
An actual loser.
I just think, like, he might be an actual loser. Okay, tennis coach.
No, because what? Because not a tennis player or a tennis coach.
Right. Confused. Oh, you can't even play it? Oh, you're just coaching it? I do think tennis is a hot sport. I was just telling my roommates. I don't know about that. Oh, you don't? Go ahead. Explain.
About tennis being a hot sport or not? Okay, here's the thing. I think tennis is one of those sports, it's kind of like baseball. Okay. It has really high potential. I think the men are usually hot. Yeah. Uniforms looking good. Good action to look at. Yeah. So I don't enjoy watching it.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
So it's like baseball for me, boring. Like, you might look hot in your uniform, but I'm not going to play baseball because bored, capital B, bored. Tennis, I don't get it.
Okay. It's confusing. And I played tennis a
little bit that makes more sense.
So maybe that's why.
I just get confused, and I feel like it's too easy to get the ick for a tennis player. Yeah. Because if your grunt is too weird, I'm so over it. I'm over it.
And you've never heard Joey tennis grunt.
Exactly. So I feel like the ick potential is too high. Like, risk-reward.
No,
like, risk is too high. Do you know what I mean? But it's an okay sport. It's not the ugliest. It's not wrestling.
No, it's not. It sure isn't like ringworm. Like, those mats have ringworm.
Gross. Gross. Anyways.
But yeah, no, I just think he's like an actual loser, which we never get to see.
And I will say, as a spoiler, non-spoiler, because it doesn't make a difference, in Fantasy Suites, he does say one sentence in his confessional about...
I'm scared.
Like, charity. He didn't say the words, charity was my first love. Oh. But he basically said his first love, and he got heartbroken. And so I was watching, I was like, so you... Oh, that's
that
so
was
sad.
Your first love?
That was your first love.
And it was on a TV show?
Yeah, so
I don't know. And she chose Dalton, who was way hotter, by the way. Like, okay, I saw them do, like, it was like a Walmart version of, like, a Calvin Klein, ad campaign. And they looked so hot. And I was like, God, I'm so glad she's not with Joey.
You didn't stand a chance. You didn't stand a chance, babe.
And, like, it was so clear that, like, Dalton from the beginning was just too sweet, too kind, too nice, and, like, he gets her.
Yeah.
And I was like, Joey, you didn't stand a chance. And that was your first love?
So apparently that was his first love. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Loser.
But,
like, I kind of love him, though.
But, like, in a good way.
But, like, in a way that feels relatable.
And, like, in a way that, like, it hasn't tarnished who you are. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I think a lot of men especially
clear a throat for that one.
Maybe possibly become losers at some point in their life, and it makes them hate the world.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
and it
that.
makes you a person that you don't want to be
know?
Around. But he's like a loser in like an endearing way, like in a me way. I feel that.
Like in a way that when they were in Malta, he's like, it's just got kind of an old school vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a city built in 1500 BC, and he was like, it's just kind of got an old school vibe.
Just a little.
And this is what I'm saying about like Joey's so endearing.
Are you gonna talk about his TikTok?
I'm gonna talk
when
about
he was in like the Coliseum.
No, I was going to talk about when
that TikTok's so funny to me.
He messed up Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
And let's talk about it because...
He saw a picture...
Because what?
But, okay, me and my roommates were trying to figure it out. It's basically the same letters.
It was the letters. He knew who it was.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't see a picture
Not really, though.
Like, no, but, like, he did, because they showed him a picture of Gypsy, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't think he really thought this is the Supreme Court justice that has done all of these amazing things. You know what I mean? He didn't know her name, though. He said, isn't that RBG?
Isn't this Ruth Bader? And then he couldn't even say Ginsburg at the end. He was like, Ruth Bader.
You know.
And then he just moved on.
No, babe. That's like, GRB.
No, that's GRB.
So.
Just as brave.
Oh.
I lied. I'm sorry. That's not funny.
R.I.P. to RGB, my queen. I love you.
The act. Anyways, Joey's a loser.
Joey's a loser, and we love him for it.
We love him for him so much.
We love him for it.
I have to say, the group of girls on this season, a lot cooler than past seasons.
Okay.
We still have like our no name, our boring, and even in the final 3, if I'm being honest.
And we'll get to that.
Like we've had boring.
We've had
those are most of the girls on The Bachelor.
Well, you have to have the first couple weeks,
and then of course they have the villains like Sydney to Maria,
and a surprise twist with the
girl who threw the car in the fire.
Leia. We thought she was gonna be a good girl, and not. She's a villain.
I love the people who are like sleeper villains.
Me too.
Like I love when I find out that like a girl is like,
because it's such a passionate feeling that I have. The emotion of like getting so mad at them when you liked them before is
and because it's like I could see myself being a sleeper villain. Like you get so fed up and tired and exhausted.
I agree.
That you just become the worst.
Me every week.
Oh, and you keep getting rejected by the man that you're here for.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
Okay, wait. Let's pause in the car.
Okay.
Why do you think you couldn't do it? Because I want to know.
The Bachelor?
Yeah, because I was going to ask, could you do it?
Okay. So I have a lot of thoughts about this, actually.
Go ahead.
I think I could do a part of The Bachelor. I think I could be a week 1 girl. I think I could be a girl who goes home after the cocktail party, the first cocktail party.
But wouldn't that make you actually so upset, though?
I don't know, because I think what would happen is that I would show up in a really beautiful dress, and I would have a really quirky entrance, and then we just wouldn't have the time to chat. And I would get sent home and I'd be okay with it.
You know what? I hate the people that complain about, like, oh, I didn't get the time to speak with them. Make the time.
First of all,
can I steal you for a second?
Thank you. Because, what's her face? Who was it that went home that I hated? Oh my gosh.
That one girl with the sister?
No, but that was crazy. The sister was crazy. No, the one who, she looked a lot like Lexi. What was her name? She was kind of a villain. She was annoying. She got mad.
Was that? It wasn't. No, it wasn't Sydney. It was.
No, but it's like the other one is just like her. What's her name?
I already forgot.
I forgot it.
But it's like people who do that are so annoying.
Yeah, because go up and
just go up and do
make time.
Right.
Because I understand if you keep trying to pull him and he keeps having to finish conversations or something, and someone gets in before you do, fine. If you are sitting on the couch the entire evening, downing glasses of wine, maybe you haven't tried.
Yeah, you haven't tried.
You haven't tried to talk to him.
The one sister was a villain in this. She's like, remember when they went on the date that was like the wedding, simulation, and she was like,
yes,
and I understand her father had died.
Oh my god, I know, but the way she brought it up was crazy.
The way she
because it wasn't that she was sitting there personally feeling emotional, and someone said, oh my god, are you okay? And she was like, this date's just really hard for me because my dad recently passed. Would totally understand that.
Right, yeah.
She straight-faced was like,
she literally was like,
my dad died. And everyone was like, oh my god, are you okay? And then the tears came.
Yeah.
And you were like, what? Okay. Like.
And also it's just like, she was so funny about it because she was then, so I understand being upset at this date, but then at the cocktail party after, she's like, I'm upset about something else. I don't want to bring this energy to Joey.
Yes.
So she didn't talk to Joey.
And then at the end,
or after,
no,
she had
but
different problems.
And then at the end, maybe it was the next date, whatever. At the end, when the episode, she went home and she was like, finally had her conversation with Joey. She's like, the last time we talked to him, and she literally said to him, I just don't even want to talk to you right now because everyone and their mother has talked to you.
No, literally.
You're on The Bachelor.
You're on The Bachelor. And that's why I hate the people.
You're on The Bachelor.
That's why I hate the people that are like, it's just so hard seeing him like kiss
100%.
and date other girls. I'm like,
you signed up for it.
And I understand that it probably is hard.
It is hard.
But also, like, you're every other person,
what
too.
I get is, in your confessional, sure.
Right.
Sure. I'm feeling down because it's really hard to watch Joey have these strong connections. Fine. Why is the only thing that you've ever talked to him about the fact that you're upset that he's talking to other women?
And you know
on
what?
every date.
As much as I love
Girl,
Maria.
that's the show. A little bit.
She kind of was like
she
that.
Did.
And he was, okay, I want to get
But
to
I will
Maria
say that
really
he
quick.
was heartbroken when Maria thought she was going home.
He was
heartbroken.
Because
that man was in love.
Literally. And he should be. Let's get into Maria.
Okay, let's talk about Maria.
Really,
the queen.
There's all
she
these other
is the
girls.
Season.
We have other girls talk about.
Maria's the season. Maria's the season.
She was just exciting to watch from the beginning.
I loved her.
She is amazing. She was unlike any other Bachelor contestant I've ever seen because she wasn't scared to have personality.
No.
The minute that she said, "I have to leave to go slip into something more comfortable," and then came out in a literal bikini and was like, "I just had to change," and Joey was like,
that was the moment Joey fell in love with her. I will
literally.
Say. And if I'm being honest, I couldn't believe she didn't make it to Fantasy Suites. And we'll leave it at that.
And we'll leave it at that.
I will leave it at that.
I swear to God.
And we'll leave it at that. But
her dad was gangster Paul
McCartney.
McCartney.
Dad. Oh my God, he did look just like Paul McCartney, didn't he?
Like gangster
he
Paul
was
McCartney.
scary. He was scary.
Yeah, he was terrifying.
He was scary. They could have their own show. Their family.
Literally, they're like the scary Kardashians.
They were terrifying. But she was amazing. I loved her. I loved how unapologetic she was. And not in a mean way.
Not in a mean way.
Because a lot of girls come on there and they're just mean. They're mean to the other girls.
Yeah.
And Maria wasn't mean, but she was also like, I'm not going to feel bad for talking to Joey.
No.
And for having this great personality. I'm not going to apologize for having a great personality.
And the thing is, I think she would be a great next Bachelorette, but I don't think ABC is strong enough. I don't think they can pull a bad B like her.
I think it's hard. I think it would be hard.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard. But I do think that
but also, it would ruin the concept of the show because every man would fall in love with her.
So true.
Every man would be like, can I get on a knee now?
Please.
Because not only is she beautiful, great personality, wonderful just disposition in general.
I agree.
But then she had the downfall of always being like, with every other person.
Yes.
And that's why every girl related to her.
Yes.
So it's like, Joey was a little annoyed, but we loved her so much. And I feel like Maria has, sort of created, I haven't seen MSU Chicks post about The Bachelor.
She has created her own fandom.
She's created her own fandom. Yeah. She has reinvigorated the show. And I feel like Joey has part of that.
I agree.
Because I think he is cooler than some of the other Bachelors.
Joey's a big Bachelor guy, but I do think Maria being on this season has pulled everybody in.
Yeah.
Everybody's obsessed with her.
Everyone. And that's why I'm like, she should be the next Bachelorette. Yeah. But are they brave enough?
And here's the other thing.
We talk about this and we talk about sports.
Do I see...
But can they do it? Can they pull it out? Can they pull out a win?
The other thing I don't know if I see is... And I do... It's hard because I say this, but then she obviously also has the personality to have gone on the show in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see Maria being down to be in all of these relationships at once.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's hard.
Because I think she's real. So, last season with Zach, he had this one girl who was, a sleeper, sleeper winner, basically.
Okay.
And her name was Ariel. And she was way too cool for him.
Okay.
Literally the coolest. And and here's me and my roommates are watching it, right? And we're like, why is she still here? They don't talk. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then once we got it all whittled down, she was just
the coolest person.
She was one of those people that got the last one-on-one.
Yeah.
And he just absolutely fell in love with her. And then they went to the hometowns. She made it to third. Okay. She should have been second. Okay. But whatever. That's beside the point. But she made it to third. They went to hometowns, and her family was absolutely terrifying. Her brother, gets in Zach's face and is like, what's her middle name? What is, what is, her favorite food?
Yeah.
And Zach goes,
we haven't gotten that far.
He's like, you don't have to know the basics about someone to fall in love with them. And the brother literally goes, yes, you do. and so Ariel, if she would have stuck around, she gives the same vibes as Maria, who's just way too cool for this whole series.
This whole thing.
Way too cool. Somehow it was still went on it.
Yeah.
And then made it so far, but I'm scared that we'll never hear from her again because of how above
she is than the rest of us.
Yes.
I agree. That's the thing is, I don't know if I see her becoming the Bachelorette.
Right.
I
think she'd turn it down.
I think she would too. I think ABC wants her, and I don't think she wants them. Because I can't see her going on that and doing this whole thing. And, like, you know what else I really can't see?
What?
Is her putting up with the drama.
Yeah,
because the men love to fight. The men love to fight.
They do, and I think that
the men love to fight.
I think we
and
don't
she's not going to deal with
enough.
that. She's not going to deal with that. She does not care.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't care. Talk to me or leave is what she would say.
Absolutely.
She doesn't care.
No, and the thing is, Charity, she put up with way too much, and that was part of her problem. She was, like, allowing this one guy who was the absolute villain in the show to just, like, run everybody.
Yes, and that happens a lot, I swear.
You can't.
It's because the men come on and they're truly villains.
And then we realize
they're, like, bad people.
Yeah, because, like, we have one villain, like, in The Bachelor. Yeah. It's like, you're the villain?
Yeah. And it's mostly that, like, you're a villain because you keep fighting with the other women.
Right.
And then the men come on The Bachelorette and they're bad
actually
people.
Terrifying. Like, gaslighters.
They're, like, scary. Like, I'm afraid of you.
And I'm like, why? Like, how'd
you pass the background check? It's, like, how I feel about that.
It's like they just checked, like, his Instagram following. Yeah. They're like, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You didn't ever get arrested for a felony.
What a great controlled environment. I was watching Love is Blind the other day. I haven't watched, I think the reunion episode came out last night. I need to watch it. But, I have priorities. But cause I just love dating reality shows in general, too. They're just so good. But, one of the guys in, like, the pods said, that they were like...
Was it Jimmy?
It might have been Jimmy.
Because I haven't been watching Love is Blind, but I've heard a lot about Jimmy.
I'll get into Jimmy. Okay. But they're like, this is the best environment to date someone because everyone's background checked.
So true.
Like, that's so real.
And the cameras are on you all the time.
Right.
So there's no scary, possible...
I love Jimmy, and you know what? He is a bad person.
But I love
But he reminds me of my ex, so...
So, wait, Jimmy's with the Megan Fox girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
right?
She doesn't look like Megan Fox, but sure.
Let's talk about it.
And let's talk about it.
This is what I think. I think she looks as much like Megan Fox as most people look like a celebrity.
Do you know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that she genuinely thinks her and Megan Fox are twin-em, you know?
They're the worst couple.
But I think that if someone said to her, who is your celebrity doppelganger, the only choice would be Megan Fox.
Well, yeah, because it's the dark hair and the light eyes.
It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing.
I don't think I look like any celebrity.
I don't think so either.
I think about it all the time and I'm like,
I don't think so either.
I have one doppelganger.
I don't think so either. And I really don't think so because I know people that I think look exactly like celebrities. And so I'm like, I don't see that with me and anybody.
Me thinking about the newsroom, like, who can we...
Oh, yeah, like, who's a celebrity in our newsroom? I don't know.
We can do it off camera.
Yeah, but I agree.
No, but I love all dating.
I love them. I'm really into Love Island right now. So are you not a big Love Island girl?
I'm not.
Okay.
I love Too Hot to Handle.
So I think you would love Love Island.
It seems long.
It seems long.
like an overtaking.
I will say it is long, but you really, really, really fall in love with the characters.
Okay.
You really do.
Because there's so much time with them.
There's so much time with them. You see them through so many different scenarios. And then the other thing that I love about it is I think that of any dating show I've ever watched, this is about to be a bold claim. I think that of any dating show I've ever watched, Love Island production team takes the crown.
Yeah,
they know how to run this show. Every time I, for a second, think, yeah, it's starting to get a little too happy. Like I might have to stop watching. Something crazy happens.
Yeah.
They pull it out at the right time. They do the right things. It's so good.
Yeah, and see, I feel that way about Too Hot to Handle because they're such short episodes. I went over to my friend's house for a weekend this past summer, and literally we spent 8 hours on the couch.
Yeah.
Because Too Hot to Handle feels like a TikTok.
No.
All of their little clips in it are literally TikTok-sized, bite-sized.
Yeah.
And all the characters are characters. They're real people.
They are,
These are real people. Are so dumb. And they make the worst choices
if you like,
that I love.
I will tell you, if you like dumb people on a dating show, you should watch Love Island Australia. My roommates and I are currently watching season 4 together, and I'm peeing my pants laughing every time we turn it on. But for 45 minutes straight.
That's awesome.
They're so stupid.
Yeah.
They don't know anything. But it's so endearing.
It's endearing, yeah.
And now I will say I've only seen season 1 of Too Hot to Handle. Too Hot to Handle is hard for me. I know all about Harry Jowsey and Francesca.
Oh my god, they were so...
And Francesca.
Well, he dated some other girl that was on that season.
Yeah, now he's dating
He's dating so many people.
Now he's dating that, like, really, really young girl from Dancing with the Stars.
What?
You don't know about that?
I don't know about that.
He went on Dancing with the Stars. Do you know about that?
I did know about that.
He's so bad.
Is he so bad? I didn't even...
He can't dance. He stands there like a tree.
I am literally...
and she just dances around him.
I love Dancing with the Stars because I think it's so bad.
I think I need to watch Dancing with the Stars more because anytime I see clips of it, they just make me laugh.
There's like one person who's famous because they were like in musicals or something.
They always bring one person who can dance. It's like when Simone Biles went on, they bring a gymnast.
Zendaya.
She
was literally in Shake It
someone
Up.
Who's in like. And that was her peak.
And that's what I love.
They always bring one person who can actually dance.
Yes.
And then the rest of the people you just laugh at.
Yeah, literally.
That's all it is.
They'll bring like a football player and I'm like, babe, you think I'm gonna watch that? You can't do anything.
They bring these big stocky men and they can't move.
No.
They can't move.
Josie isn't even stocky. He just don't know what to do with all that.
Literally. But anyways, I couldn't watch more of Too Hot to Handle because it was too stupid. Here's my thing. I like dating shows, and I like to make fun of, like, the fact that you went on one. Like, that's how I feel about The Bachelor. I'm like, I could never do this, but, like, it's silly, and, like, I make fun of it. Too Hot to Handle was too much of that for me.
Yeah. I couldn't do Too Hot to Handle because those are crazy. But.
See, I just couldn't do it because I was like, can you seriously not? Like, you really actually can't refrain from sex for that much money.
I just think it's so crazy.
Like, you really can't.
You can't refrain from sex.
You're crazy. You really can't.
You have to play the game right. Because the money goes to the person who was a terrible person in the beginning. And then at the end, I have so much information on
Can we talk about... Actually, should we move on from Too Hot to Handle?
I can't. Just give me 1 second. Just give me like 3 more seconds.
Okay.
So like you can't be the person that's always worried about the money. Because they will literally get like
you
kicked
just
off.
Lose. Yeah.
You'll lose. And they
because you're not interesting.
Right, because you're not interesting. You're not like hooking up with someone because you can't handle it. Because they're too hot to handle. Because they're just way too hot to handle. And it's like, what? What are you talking about? But you have to be a bad person at the start and then get into a weird like relationship that you don't want to be in by the end.
Right, interesting.
And
that's who wins. And that's who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
all I remember about Too Hot to Handle was when Francesca and the other girl kissed.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, let's just make out in the dressing room right now for the sole purpose of losing money.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool.
And it's cool. Yeah, you're
cool.
awesome.
Sounds good. Everyone was so mad.
Alright, let's move on to Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
We're still I want to say one more thing about Maria.
Okay, let's keep talking about her. I love her.
She's so funny because her almost last scene, it was like before hometowns when she was like, I don't know if I should like be here or whatever, which was a crazy moment. She was being crazy for that, honestly.
And let me say, as much as I love this woman, if I was Joey, the way that I would have never been more scared in my life than when she went into the bathroom sobbing and saying she was going to leave and came out perfectly fine.
No, literally.
I would be like, and she was like, sorry, I want to stay.
She was trying to be dramatic.
Because she thought he was, yes, she thought he was going to be like, no, it's just you. Like, I was going to pick you. Like, I'm just doing this to get through the rest of the show. Like, let's just leave right now.
Right.
And he didn't say that. She was like, I don't actually want to leave.
She's like, wait.
She's like, I'm scared.
She's so real because she's so me.
I would do the same thing.
It's like she's being crazy to
she's so mean.
She's being crazy to, like, keep, you know, like, try and, like, stir up emotions.
Yes.
But then she's like, oh, I'm being too crazy.
Yes. And had to reel it back.
I'm fine.
Yeah. She was like, I'm fine.
I'm fine,
and I was scared. I was a little scared of her,
But I want to say about that moment,
yeah,
something must have happened off camera with them.
I agree.
Because Joey was so mad. He was
like not having I agree.
Like there must have been some sort of weird
genuinely like angry.
Yeah, he was angry and like I've never seen him like that. I've honestly never seen a Bachelor contestant.
And I was gonna say for a while I thought it was like,
but it was real and I liked it.
It was real and at first I was like, oh, it's because he's so deeply in love with her because that's what my brain thought. I was like, because she is his number one and he was so mad that she was gonna leave. But no, I think you're right. I think
he messed it up on hometowns.
He messed it up?
He messed. I mean, she did. She
should
have said the buzzword. I'm falling for you.
Let's talk about it. Because why do you think she got sent home? Because I think it's because she didn't say it.
I think she didn't say it.
I think that's the full reason why.
I think he's stuck on because even though he's cooler than most of the Bachelors, he is still a Bachelor.
He is a Bachelor,
and he wanted to hear those buzzwords. The producers were saying, I agree. You need to hear this. This will move the story
She can't
along.
come to the fantasy suites if she's not falling for you.
She cannot come to the yeah, and he's like, oh, she can't come to the fantasy suites. I can't
do the fantasy suites with her
if I don't hear that she's falling for me.
Because
Jesse Palmer told me.
And because also, scandalous.
Oh my God.
Scandalous for them to do exactly what they wanted to do. if she didn't say I love you. Just saying.
And he should have. Because he wanted to keep her. But also, she was so bonkers, crazy bananas for literally...
for pulling him?
Yes!
It was crazy.
They're in the airplane
It was crazy.
And she goes, I just need to talk to you
You,
for a
like,
second.
can't do
and
that.
And it sounded like she breathed it out.
Yeah. Like is that... Okay, and now correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You, like, can't do that.
You can't do
like,
that.
You, like, can't do that.
But also, I feel like she thought that it was fine because...
He did it to her.
He did it to her.
Yeah.
Because he was like...
Which was also crazy.
I was so scared in that moment.
I was so scared.
And honestly, I felt so bad because Jen shouldn't have went home.
I agree. I think that he discounted his and Jen's connection. I was confused about it. Yeah. But I will say that she was throwing me off on the episode where she went home, but I don't know if it was an editing choice. She was very whiny.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she was on the screen, she was crying about how Joey didn't like her, and she had never been like that.
No.
And so I was like, okay, you're really making me, like, not want to, like, see you anymore. But I feel like that could have been an editing choice.
Absolutely.
Because they knew she was going home, so they made it sad for her.
Right. Well, because when you... And maybe this is, like, media manipulation. It definitely is. But it's like... You're like, oh, I didn't hear from this person a lot in this episode. Yeah, obviously, they're going home. And it's like...
Yeah. Or they're so sad this whole episode.
And it's like, obviously, they did things.
Yeah.
Like, they did things in the episode.
Yes, that we don't see.
That we don't see.
100%.
But because they're going home. Yeah. And that's what I need to realize. Yeah, I'm being played. I'm being played by The Bachelor.
We are being played.
But I
kind of like it. I like it.
I don't care.
I'm signing up for it every season.
So, Maria went home.
Yeah, Maria went home.
Ridiculous. So sad. So now we're left with Kelsey.
Yep.
Daisy.
And Rachel. Let's talk about it.
I want to make... So, what me and my roommates did.
Okay.
We did this during the Fantasy Suites, for the Fantasy Suites episode after Hometowns last season.
Okay.
We made a board. And we're like, who's going to win? Who's going to be the next Bachelorette?
Yep.
Who is he going to have sex with? And
I agree.
Well, okay, and also, if you didn't watch the Zach season, he went in saying, I'm not going to have sex with anyone.
Did he have sex with all of them?
He had sex with one of them.
Oh. See, I think Fantasy Suites is just a crazy concept.
I
think it's a crazy concept, and I think... It is possibly the best thing The Bachelor could do.
Joey would never kiss and tell.
And I'll tell you that you don't know when you watch the Fantasy Suites. You have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that him and Charity did have sex in the Fantasy Suites.
Probably. It was his first love.
It was his first love.
It was his first love and his first time.
That is the worst thing. That can't be true. He was president of Pike, babe. When he went to the end. No.
Let's talk about
I mean, it's obvious.
That. It's crazy.
If you are the Bachelor... I assume you were president of your frat.
President of Pike is crazy though, but we don't have to get into that.
That feels like politics.
That feels like politics.
That feels like
I shouldn't say something.
Right.
That feels like I'm getting on a list.
No, literally. There's some no.
Okay.
Sorry, I want to be able to go out on St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. You're so true. So true.
But,
okay, so final three.
Who do we think
Here's what I think.
is going to be the next Bachelorette first?
All right. I think
Actually,
it's hard.
no. We should say who wins and then we.
I think Kelsey is winning.
And that makes me so upset. She's the one that I want to win the least. Because I think she's so boring.
Whoa, I love her.
What?
Oh, I love her.
Okay, give your reasons, because I feel like
here's
there's
what
no
I
reason.
think. I think everything...
Sorry, that made me mad.
I think that everything that you said about whatever girl on Zach's season is how I feel about Kelsey. I think she was a sleeper. Okay? I think that I definitely did not like her until probably, like, the episode before Hometowns. Like, I don't think we saw enough of her.
Like when she did that weird puller plunge thing? Is that what episode you were thinking?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. When they were, like, out in Canada.
Yeah. Did you realize they had the same Viking helmets that we do?
No, but I should have.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Snoozers.
They're snoozers.
They're big snoozers. But I think that she is I think she's, like, the most genuine.
Okay.
I really liked her family.
Okay.
And I felt like Joey really vibed with her family. I think that I see a lot of connection between her and Joey. Here's what I think. I think that
he's like in love with her, kind of.
I think so. And here's what I think is between her and Daisy, I think have the two most obvious connections, like visually.
I would agree with that.
I think whenever he's with Daisy, literally. Whenever he's with Daisy, this man is like a puppy dog, like googly-eyed, like falling on top of her, like so obsessed with her.
Yeah.
I think that is infatuation. I think he is so, like, captured by Daisy, and he has been from the beginning.
Yeah.
That he's stuck on that.
Well, yeah, she was the
first. But I think that between him and Kelsey, I see the most genuine connection.
Okay.
Like, I could see them actually dating. And I really liked her hometown.
See,
it was really cute. What are you going to say? You don't see connection between them?
I agree with you that it's between Kelsey and Daisy.
Yes.
As much as I love Rachel.
I love really Rachel as a person.
I think she's very
love her.
genuine. I think she's chill. I think she's cool. I don't think he's that into her.
I don't see a huge connection between them.
I think that he likes how calm she is.
I agree.
And that's why he kept her around.
I also think her parents scared him.
Yes.
He did not like that. He was scared going home. I also think that hometown scared her.
I would have to agree.
And she has pulled back a little bit.
Yeah.
She was afraid. She didn't like that her parents weren't on board.
No, and
it made her, and they weren't, and that's fair. They liked Joey, but they were like, this show's weird.
Valid. Like, I can't even imagine.
Completely valid
statement. Me and my roommates have been talking about like how our parents would be on a hometown.
I could never bring them to Bachelor.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to, hire a new
pass on that. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Like, if ABC can give me, like,
I'm gonna have to, like, bring you home to my roommates.
Yeah, literally.
And, like, not my family.
No, literally. That's what they do on Love is Blind for the most part.
Yeah.
It's always like,
because that's
here's my weird group of friends.
Because that's just crazy. Like, and I can't imagine having my daughter bring home The Bachelor to me.
No way.
I would be like, you're weird.
You're weird.
Sorry.
Sorry, babe. You're weird.
You're weird.
And you know, it wouldn't even be as good as Joey. But anyways,
100%.
I think I love Rachel. She's my favorite left. I think that Daisy is gonna take it.
I think she could. I really see it. I would not be surprised.
I just think Kelsey might be a little bland.
I think that I want Kelsey to win.
Okay.
I think that I like Kelsey the best. And I think she's stunning. Also, she is really funny, like, off of the show. Like, have you seen her TikToks?
No, I haven't.
She, like, posted this TikTok. Like,
am I gonna like her now after?
I don't know. You should look her up. All I know is that what really got me was, like, way earlier on in the season. I think it was the episode where the one sister went home and threw the cake. Okay? That big blow up. After that happened,
Why would you come to The Bachelor with your sister?
I don't know. So weird. So weird. Kelsey posted a TikTok where she was like, it was like a picture of her from that night, and she was like, all of this drama going on, ... And then the next like slide, it was like a slide photo, was pictures of her in a tree. Like a very small tree also. Like it was very funny because it was a very small tree, and she was like, me just chilling in the tree.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
That's so
and
funny.
It was so funny, and like I really liked it, and I was like, I like your sense of humor.
Personality out more on The Bachelor.
But I also think that she was kind of snubbed at the beginning. I feel like we didn't see enough of her for a long time.
I see that she was kind of a sleeper.
Because I feel like when they did their one-on-one date, I thought it was really cute.
I'm just glad Lexi's not in the top, because I thought Lexi was gonna stay, and then she took herself out.
I'm glad Lexi left.
Because she was so boring.
Oh, really?
I thought she was so boring.
I liked her. I mean, she was okay. I think, again, she didn't get a ton of TV time, but I felt like she shouldn't have stayed. Like, the way that she left was very, like, real of her.
Right, yeah, no, and that was for her.
That was for her.
Definitely.
And it was smart for both of them, but yeah. Because I think she would have gone far, and I do think I wouldn't have liked her as much.
I think I'm getting a call from the politician that I was supposed to talk to. But we're talking about The Bachelor.
It's way more important.
Way more important.
But yeah. But I really could see it being either Kelsey or Daisy.
But it's like, so now we're down to the top 3.
I don't know who is going to be the next Bachelorette.
I don't think any of them are interesting enough to be the next.
I think there's
maybe Daisy, if she doesn't win. But I think she's winning.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard. See, I don't know. I think I kind of see Kelsey being a Bachelorette.
Okay. I don't think it'll be that engaging of a show. I
don't know if it will, but
I think they might be trying to get Maria.
I think they want Maria so bad, but I don't think she wants them.
I want it so bad.
I want Maria so bad.
I want Maria so bad.
ABC and Maria. I'm talking directly to you.
And if you if you ever see this,
please,
I'll pay your salary myself.
Please.
So
that's all I have to say.
Get ready.
Please.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he had such a cool group of girls, and now he's whittled it down to like
not the
girls that I didn't feel. I feel indifferent to.
I don't know. I really like Kelsey. And that's the thing that's hard is I do really like Rachel. I don't necessarily like them as a couple.
But I don't, yes.
Do you know what I mean? I just don't think they vibe all that much. I think they're pretty different personalities.
Yeah.
So it's not like,
she's very understated. I don't know how to say. I don't know. She's very quiet.
Yes.
She's very, I think she's very smart.
I also think she's just a lot more,
And Joey says that Gypsy Rose is...
Literally. I think she's a lot more real person. Do you know what I mean? You have to have a certain type of personality to be on The Bachelor or Bachelorette and then to win it. And she, to me, and it was really solidified by her family and her own concerns about him meeting her family, that, like, you're too much of a real person. You need to meet a real person.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're a Bachelor type of girl.
Yeah, no, like...
You're too logical. You're too smart. You know, you're too, like, kind and genuine, and like you just like need a real
Not
boyfriend.
that like Kelsey and Daisy aren't.
No,
but we were just saying Daisy's kind of a freak.
Yeah, like I just think that like there's like a part of your personality that has to be in some way off.
Yeah.
To go on this show and to last a long time. And Rachel, I don't see having that part of her personality in the best way.
And I
mean it as the biggest compliment.
And I don't think they want her as the Bachelorette either.
I don't think so.
Because like I don't think she's.
I also just don't see her going on the Bachelorette after.
Maybe you know what I could see. Bachelor in Paradise.
Marie,
oh my God!
Let's talk about this.
Now I've never watched Bachelor in Paradise.
I've never watched Bachelor in Paradise.
I just grabbed the microphone.
But from everything that I've heard from anyone that I have ever known that watched The Bachelor and watched Bachelor in Paradise is that Maria is like the Bachelor in Paradise in a person.
She's the queen.
Yeah.
It's like Love Island.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
It's
so
like the same
I
thing.
could also see her going on that. But I want her as the Bachelorette. I want it so bad. That's all I want.
It wouldn't be sustainable for the men because they'd all fall in love and get on one knee the minute they meet her.
They would. And I also think she would just make her decision way too fast. Not too fast, like she would be a normal person and she would like meet a few of them and then by like week 3 she would be like, oh, I actually know which one of you I like the most. I feel like
that was Charity though with Dawn though.
Well, didn't that happen though on one season?
Yeah.
With when Tayshia came in?
Yes.
Yeah.
She literally
just like gave up. She was like, no, I want this one.
And then they left.
Yeah, and then they left.
And then a new Bachelor came.
Because same though.
That makes me feel like the Bachelorette and the Bachelor are more real than we think though. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, or was that also manufactured?
I don't know.
Because I feel like
maybe they were like, we need our promo to say that this has never happened in Bachelor history.
They love to say that.
So we're gonna send her home.
They love to say, okay, I'm gonna do my best, Jesse Palmer.
Please.
This is the most dramatic season of The Bachelor yet. Like that's like.
I love it.
Something that has never
happened.
This is
my impression. This is my impression. Ladies, Joey, this is the final rose.
That was so good. Did you see that?
Because why does he have to announce it every time?
I love their little ends of the episodes where they're like
when they're hanging out.
And Jesse Palmer was in the pool at the end of it, and he was like eating KFC because they had KFC. In
like the floaty.
Yes, and he's in the floaty. He goes and he's like practicing the line. He goes, "Ladies, kick rocks." It's like the funniest thing.
Kick rocks.
And I was like, I wish he would say that.
Me too.
Ladies.
Yeah, I just can't.
Pack your bags.
Every time he comes out with the last rose, I just don't get it. I don't understand. We all know.
This is the final rose.
They give us they give us a really long shot, close-up shot of the one rose on the plate.
Yeah.
Okay. They've gone through all the roses. We know it's the last rose. I don't know why everyone has to announce it.
Joey,
this is the final rose.
This is the final rose.
We know.
And I think the final rose is going to Daisy.
Okay, I think it's going to Kelsey.
And we'll see who wins. I love that. Actually, let's raise the stakes on Houselights. $5?
I'll do it. $5. Imagine it's Rachel.
Well,
we lose.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I'll do it. Because I think it's going to be Kelsey.
Okay.
I do.
Awesome.
I see it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Houselights.
You're so welcome.
And
thank you for having me. Thank you.
Wow, I don't think I've ever,
That went by so fast.
But I've never yapped like that.
We're just two yappers.
Two yappers.
I saw a TikTok recently where a mom was talking about everyone asks her how her toddler is, so verbal at such a young age. And all she had to say was that the baby was baked in a yap factory and born into the Yap Corporation. And I was like, yeah.
That's literally me. Literally me.
Welcome to the Yap Corporation.
Oh my God. New name for Houselights. Love. Well, we'll see you next week. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bye, guys.